Thanks to Henry's Camera, we're going to be drawing for this Canon S110 camera with a $100 Henry School of Imaging gift card as well. Everyone in the audience will be taking home tickets to Exposure. That's Canada's largest photo and video show at the International Centre. Have a good time. Great artwork on display there. And please welcome Antonio Belushi. Speaking of art, with another great DIY, an artistic DIY, and you know, we were just discussing this. So many people will remember string art from years ago. So I remember it from my childhood. A big picture, a string art picture in the basement. It was really popular, and of course, everything old is new again.
Exactly.
It's back.
And we just sort of changed it up. New colors, you know, new yarn, and all just different sorts of stuff. Now, the one thing about this art is it's really easy, and you don't really need any special tools or anything like that.
Oh, okay, that sounds good to me.
All right.
So how do you start?
So the first thing is you're going to need a piece of wood. And you can use MDF or you can use plywood, and it could be like a 1/2 inch thick or 3/4 inches thick, and you can get it pre-cut from a building supply store.
Okay.
And then
MDF is that's very reasonable.
Very reasonable.
Affordable.
And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your pencil and you're sort of going to draw your design. And I know it's really faint, so I did it in a Sharpie.
Good.
Make it easy for everyone to see. So you're going to start with your design like so. And I thought before we start nailing, we would just do a little mini lesson in hammering.
Okay.
Okay.
I could use a little mini lesson in hammering.
So you definitely need a hammer for this one. And out in the market, there's lots of different hammers and the different sizes. And it's really important to find a hammer that's the right size for yourself, like your arm, your strength, and how much power you want to put into it.
Right.
And so this one's my favorite. So I'm going to put this one down.
Okay.
Although you're pretty strong, so I'm sure you can handle that one.
Oh gosh, that's heavy. Yeah, I can handle it.
So the important thing is when you're hammering is you want to hold the hammer in the correct position, which is like so. You want to hold it with the thumb along the shaft of the hammer.
Okay.
And you want to have your hand at the bottom.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
And then you want to take your nail, and it's important that you hold the hammer in your dominant hand and the nail in the non-dominant hand.
Right.
So what you want to do is you want to place your nail in the wood, and then you want to simply hammer it. Now don't get someone else to hold the nail for you, like your husband or your wife or your partner. It's important that it's the same person. So you want to tap it a few times until it's straight, and then you can release, and then you can really
get in
hammer
there.
it. So
for
this DIY, you actually only need to hammer the nails just in like 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch.
Right.
And once you've done it all throughout the perimeter, you're going to end up with a piece like this, which I've also painted and primed and painted.
Did you paint the nails before you hammered them in?
No.
Did you spray it?
I first actually put in all the nails.
Yeah.
So for example, I'll just show you what I did here. So I just took the nails and I followed the design, and I got to do it right. And I just continued all the way around the perimeter of all the designs, and then I primed it, and then I painted it.
But with a brush?
No, I actually sprayed it.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
So
just because you got all of the nails.
It's really, really fast and really easy. And now this is the fun part. So you go in, you go get some yarn, some funky colors or what have you, and you tie a little loop at the end, and then you simply place it on one of the nails.
Yeah.
And then you can do all sorts of stuff. So it's really quick. You just create a web.
And you can do this in whatever way you want, right?
Exactly. So, and if you don't like it, I mean, it's really easy. You just take it apart and you start it with something new, different. You start it with a different color, and it's really just really fast. So this one here is...
I love the colors you picked.
Thank you.
That's so nice and bright.
And then I just wrap it around and around. And then what you could do is you could just wrap it around the perimeter.
Cool. You make it look so easy.
And then if you don't like it, you just pull it all apart.
And do it again.
And do it again and play around with the colors.
That is so cool. Okay, so we have a final one right here. Isn't that a pretty little perfect flower? I can see this going in a kid's room. That would be a lot of fun.
Exactly.
But also, you did a whole bunch of other pieces up here.
Yes.
Which is nice. And they've all been framed. So is that what you used to frame them?
Yeah, so simple pine stock. And I didn't even finish it because I thought it looks really nice just with the sort of raw elements of the nails.
I like it.
And I simply just nailed it and glued it into place around the perimeter.
Very cool. Okay, so we have our homage to Canadiana here. Very nice.
And I must admit, Tracy, I really try not to have favorites when I do DIYs, but that one is my favorite by far.
That is your favorite?
By far.
I love it.
This is kind of a punched out design. So what I did is I had the pattern in the center, and then I did a perimeter of nails all the way around it. And the important thing if you want to do something like this is you have to have the same number of nails in the center design as the ones in the perimeter.
So that it has that effect.
Exactly. So each nail has one on the outside.
Ooh, that is cool. Okay, and then we've got the little turtle there.
Yeah, and that one I painted actually the back. I used plywood and I painted the design on, and that way it really just brings out the design even more.
Very nice. The rose.
Yes. Nice little flower.
And the
now,
geometric shapes, which I love.
this one is a little bit different as well. This one I actually used 2 different sizes of nails. I used shorter nails and longer nails, so I actually was able to layer the wrapping of the yarn over one another.
Very cool. Okay, well, we put all of our instructions on the website. That's cityline.ca. Thank you, Antonio. Let's go to
you.
break. More coming up.
Thank you.